Oh, I know we just literally talked to you a few hours ago, but when you reflect on your whole season, just what maybe surprised you about the growth that you had?
I felt like overall I've always had the tools, but since I became a starter, it was all about just putting it all together.
Yeah.
And I feel like last night kind of showed that. And honestly, I did not expect to be here right now. I fully anticipated winning that game last night,
Yeah.
but things don't go our way, and I have all of summer to reflect on it.
Speaking of summer, I asked George about this. I know you guys kind of have like that common thread of your trainer. So just what are you hoping to kind of work with him on, especially now that you guys are both on the same team?
With George and my trainer,
I mean, both.
probably just getting our chemistry together.
Yeah.
George is a good dude. Played a great game for us last night, and I'm just looking forward to overall in the summer learning about him and his game and how he wants to help us win.
What kind of responsibility do you feel like you took on um, outside of the obvious, like when they made you a starter in that New York game, kind of moving forward for the rest of the year?
I think overall being a leader, talking to the young dudes, Zach, Mo, Dyson, just trying to help them out on the court as much as possible, and overall just be a leader.
Did you ever see yourself kind of stepping into that leadership role so soon in your career?
Kinda. I have leadership tendencies, and during the game things get emotional, and that's when it really comes out of me. So the guys know it, and I just want to continue to be a stepping stone and a vet for the guys.
Speaking of that emotion, we saw you pretty emotional on the court last night after a few plays, more than usual, I think. What was kind of getting into you in those moments?
It was a winner go home game. It was do or die, and I was amped up. The crowd's amped up too. They really got me going. So kudos to them. The fans. They showed out last night, and go Atlanta. That's why I'm wearing a shirt.
That's why I said I liked it.
I was just wondering, how do you balance the expectations you have for yourself with your joy and your love for the game?
I mean, I know who I am as a player, so whenever I play with joy and I'm, having fun playing the game, the expectations is always gonna, be up there. I'm always gonna meet them, reach them. And as long as I'm having fun playing the game, you're gonna get the best out of me every time.
I know you don't want to like think too much in what ifs or hypotheticals, but when you think about what you guys could have had with Jalen this season, I mean, what does that maybe prepare you for next season when he's back and healthy?
I mean, yeah, Jalen Johnson's averaging 20 and 10. Definitely missed him on the court. But now we just want him to be healthy, take care of his body, so that he's ready to go for a full 82 next year.
Kind of piggybacking off of that a little bit, with the exception, I guess, of Dom, when you start thinking about like traditional big type deal. How do you channel, or just how do you express maybe frustration or not, what it was like to maybe be kind of being like that sole guy that was in the front court, not having Jalen or Larry or Clint or what have you?
I mean, I feel like everybody here can play. I'm never gonna knock any of my guys. Dom has been a bright spot for us. Same with Mo. I've loved Mo's progression all year. He's really come along from last year up until last night. Overall, like I said last night, if coach needed me to be the sole big out there, playing the home game, I would have. But overall, I feel like this is a great, productive year for all the young guys, Mo, Dom. Yeah.
Oh, and I wanted to ask you your off-season plans. Will you be watching the playoffs? Will you be taking a break from basketball? Just what do you plan on doing?
I definitely will be watching the playoffs. There's a lot of good series, especially today, the Detroit Knicks game. I think it's gonna be a competitive series, and I don't know who gets that one. I'm really interested to see that series and what goes down. I think Detroit can get them. I think.
I like it.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you all.
Thanks,
Thank you. So.
Have a
Like
good
that.
summer.
Yeah.